Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mila Tenifa. I'm from Science A. I will explain about verb, verb tense, and imperative. Verb. Verb in Indonesia means kata kerja. In the sense is a word that serves to show the action of the subject, event, or action. Verb in English always change according to the result. Change in the form of verb are called tense by time. Here are 4 forms of verb in English, which are verb forms: verb 1 or present, verb 2 or past, verb 3 past participle, verb and verb ing. Verb 1 or present. The first verb form is called verb 1 or present. This verb is an original verb commonly used in simple present tense. This verb form is the same as the original verb form, but is always end with the suffix s, es, or is. For singular third person subject he, she, it in simple present tense sentence. For example, sleep menjadi sleeps, watch menjadi watches, go menjadi goes, cry menjadi cries, study menjadi studies. Verb 2 or past. The second verb form is called verb 2 or past. This verb is commonly used in simple past tense sentence. The second verb form is divided into two, namely regular verb and irregular verb. For example, call menjadi called, clean menjadi cleaned, enjoy menjadi enjoyed. Example of second verb form are irregular: begin menjadi began, eat menjadi ate, speak menjadi spoke. Verb 3 or past participle. The third verb form is called verb 3 or past participle. This verb is used in perfect tense and passive voice sentence. Just like the second verb form, the third verb form is divided into two, namely regular verb and irregular verb. Example of third are irregular. Call menjadi called, clean menjadi clean, enjoy menjadi enjoyed. Example of third verb form are irregular. Begin menjadi began, eat menjadi eaten, speak menjadi spoken. Verb ing. The verb tense is being called verb presenter present participle. This verb is commonly used in continuous tense sentence. In use, the form of the verb preceded by the auxiliary verb. Example of verb sentence being or verb ing. Walk menjadi walking, sing menjadi singing, write menjadi writing, cook menjadi cooking, and play menjadi playing. Verb tense. The first simple present tense. Simple present tense is a form of tense that explains the word or event that are happening now. This form of sentence uses the first form of verb or verb 1, the preposition of the sentence. Simple present tense formula. First, positive sentence. Subject plus verb ing plus object. Negative sentence. Subject plus do or does plus noun plus verb 1 plus object. Question sentence. Do or does plus subject plus verb 1 and plus object. Example of simple present in positive sentence. I live in small town. They study English twice a week. She goes to office every day. Example of present in negative sentence. I don't live in small town. They do not study English twice a week. She does not go to office every day. Example of a simple present in a question sentence. Do I live in small town? Do they study English twice a week? Does she go to office? Next, simple past tense. Simple past tense is a sentence tense used to express events that occurred in the past and have in and in the past, unlike the past continuous tense, which states events that occur in the past but still occur in the present. Simple past tense formula: positive sentence, subject plus verb 2 plus object. Negative sentence, subject plus did not plus verb 1 plus object. Question sentence, did plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Example of a simple past in positive sentence. We finished our meal. Diego cooked fried chicken to Lisa. Hanafi went to Banten by bus. Example of simple past in negative sentence. We didn't finish our meal. Diego didn't cook fried rice to Lisa. Hanafi didn't go to Banten by bus. Example of a simple past in a question sentence. Did they finish their meal? Did she cook fried chicken to Lisa? Did she go to Banten by bus? Simple future. Simple future is a sentence form to express to an action or event that has not yet begun to be used and will occur in the future. Simple future tense are also commonly used to express prediction or indicate ability or intention. Simple future tense formula: positive sentence, subject plus will or shall plus verb 1 plus object. Negative sentence, subject plus will plus not plus verb 1 plus object. Question sentence, will or shall plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Example of a simple future in positive sentence: she will be here soon. You will go to the library next week. I shall buy a new book tomorrow. Example of simple future in negative sentence: she will not be here soon. You will not go to the library next week. I shall not buy a new book tomorrow. Example of simple future in question sentence: will she be here soon? Will you go to library next weekend? Shall I buy a new book tomorrow? The next is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is a sentence to describe an event or action that have occurred in the past that still has something to do with the present, but the time of occur is only clearly now. Present perfect is used to show the relationship between the present and the past. The timing of the action or event is before now, but not specific, and we are often more interested in the outcome or result than the action itself. Present perfect formula: positive sentence, subject plus have or has plus verb T plus object. Negative sentence, subject plus have or has plus not plus verb T plus object. Question sentence: have or has subject plus verb T plus object. Example of present perfect in positive sentence: Yanto has read a novel. I have washed the dishes. The dog have eaten their food. Example of present perfect in negative sentence: Yanto hasn't read novel. I haven't washed the dishes. The dog haven't eaten their food. Example of present perfect in question sentence: has she read a novel? Have you washed the dishes? Have the dog eaten their food? The next is past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is a tense that describes an event that occurred before a specific time in the past and was complete before another event that happened in the past as well. A tense consists of a combination of perfect aspects before a specific time in the past and a past time frame past. Past perfect tense formula: positive sentence, subject plus had plus verb T plus object. Negative sentence, subject plus had plus not plus verb T plus object. Question sentence, had plus subject plus verb T plus object. Example of a past perfect in positive sentence. They had gone to bed by 10 o'clock. She has read the entry book yet when she wrote the exam. The cat had killed the parrot. Example of present perfect in negative sentence. They hadn't gone to bed by 10 o'clock. She hadn't read the entry book yet when she wrote the exam. The cat hadn't killed the parrot. Example of present perfect in question sentence. Had they gone to bed by 10 o'clock? Had she read the entry book yet when she wrote the exam? Had the cat killed the parrot? The next is future perfect tense. Future perfect tense is a form of verb used to express an activity to be complete at a future time point. When we use this tense, we imagine ourselves in the future and talk about event or action that will be complete in the time after now. Future perfect tense formula. Positive sentence, subject plus will plus have plus verb T plus object. Negative sentence, subject plus will plus not plus had, have plus verb T plus object. Question sentence, will plus subject plus have plus verb T plus object. Example of future perfect tense in positive sentence. They will have come tomorrow afternoon. Mary will have moved out tomorrow. We will have sung a few songs at the party. Example of future perfect in negative sentence. They will not have come tomorrow afternoon. Mary won't have moved out tomorrow. We will not have sung a few songs at the party. Example of future perfect in question sentence. Will they have come tomorrow afternoon? Will Mary have moved out tomorrow? Will we have sung a few songs at the party? Next is present continuous. Present continuous tense is a form of tension that refers to actions that are in progress now or complements that are taking place. In essence, the present continuous tense shows an event or condition that is happening now, often happens, and can be done or continue into the future. Present continuous tense formula. Positive sentence. Subject plus to be plus verb ing plus object. Negative sentence, subject plus to be plus not plus verb ing plus object. Question sentence, to be plus subject plus verb ing plus object. Example of a present continuous in positive sentence. She is washing her hair now. We are baking some bread. They are playing basketball right now. Example of present continuous in negative sentence. She is not washing her hair now. We are not baking some bread. They are not playing basketball right now. Example of present continuous in question sentence. Is she washing her hair now? Are we baking some bread? Are they playing basketball right now? Past continuous. Past continuous tense is a form of tense used to express that an action is taking place or a certain amount of time is passed. This form indicates that the action occurred before, during, and may continue after time or other action that occurred in the past. Past continuous tense formula. Positive sentence, subject plus was or were plus verb ing plus object. Negative sentence, subject plus was or were plus not plus verb ing plus object. Question sentence, was or were subject plus verb one ing plus object. Example of past continuous in positive sentence. He was playing basketball yesterday. We were cleaning the house yesterday. Example of past continuous in negative sentence. He was not playing basketball yesterday. We were not cleaning the house yesterday. Example of past continuous in a question sentence. Was he playing basketball yesterday? Were we cleaning the house yesterday? The next is future continuous. Future continuous is a form of verb used to express a future event that is happening at a time in the future with a specific time description. Its function is to state what is happening at some time in the future. Future continuous tense formula. Positive sentence. Subject plus will plus be plus verb ing plus object. Negative sentence. Subject plus will plus not plus be plus verb ing plus object. Question sentence. Will plus subject plus be plus verb ing plus object. Example of future continuous in positive sentence. She will be hanging her clothes. You will be visit me. Rini will be drawing in the class. Example of future continuous in negative sentence. She will not be hanging the cloth. You will not be visit me. Rini will not be drawing in the class. Example of future continuous in question sentence. Will she be hanging her cloth? Will you be visit me? Will Rani be drawing in the class? Number 10 is present perfect continuous. A sustainable future is a form of verb used to express a future event that is going to happen at a future time with a specific time description. An event or action on the present perfect continuous has a certain period of time and is still related to event or action that are still taking place until now. Present perfect tense formula. Positive sentence. Subject plus have or has, be plus been plus verb ing plus object. Negative sentence. Subject plus have or has plus not plus been plus verb ing plus object. Question sentence. Have or has subject plus been plus verb ing plus object. Example of perfect continuous in positive sentence. Anna has been learning Indonesia for a week. Ani has been talking about the signs I live for Jakarta. They have been discussing about this topic for 2 hours. Example of perfect continuous in negative sentence. Anna has not been learning Indonesia for a week. Ani has not been talking about you signs I live for Jakarta. They have not been discussed about this topic for 2 hours. Example of perfect continue in question sentence. Has Anna been learning Indonesia for a week? Has Annie been talking about me since I live for Jakarta? Have they been discussed about this topic for 2 hours? Past perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous is an expression or sentence that has the function to state the action that has started is still going in the past. In the use, past perfect continuous sentence is usually used to express an event or event that has been complete at a certain time. Past perfect continuous tense formula. Positive sentence. Subject plus had plus been plus verb ing plus object. Negative sentence. Subject plus had plus not been plus verb ing plus object. Question sentence. Had plus subject plus been plus verb ing plus. Example of past perfect continuous in positive sentence. She had been explaining the lesson since 2 hours ago. Leah had been walking. The laborers had been demonstrating. Example of past perfect continuous in negative sentence. She had not been explaining the lesson since 2 hours ago. Leah had not been walking. The laborers hadn't been demonstrating. Example of past perfect continuous in question sentence. Had she been explaining the lesson since 2 hours ago? Had Leah been walking? Had the laborers been demonstrating? Future perfect continuous. Just like future perfect simple, this form is used to image ourselves in the future and talk about something again. This sentence refers to action or event that are not currently complete but will be complete in the future. This tense is often used with the time expression. Future perfect continuous tense formula. Positive sentence. Subject plus will plus have been plus verb ing plus object. Negative sentence. Subject plus will plus not plus have been plus verb ing plus object. Question sentence. Will plus subject plus have been plus verb ing plus object. Example of future perfect continuous in positive sentence. My grandmother will have been visit us tomorrow morning. They will have been playing. The cat will have been sleeping long. Example of future perfect continuous in negative sentence. My grandmother will not have been visit us tomorrow morning. They will not have been playing. The cat will not have been sleeping. Example of future perfect continuous in question sentence. Will your grandmother have been visiting you tomorrow morning? Will they have been playing? Will the cat have been sleeping? Imperative verb. Imperative sentence, which in Indonesia means command sentence, is a form of sentence that is used to give command, warning, instruction, advice, also request. The general characteristic of a written imperative sentence that has a suffix in the form of exclamation mark or contain the word please. However, imperative sentence also might not contain both. Imperative sentence according to its function. First, share request or wish. Example, have a safe trip, eat more vegetable, have a nice dream. Share an invitation. Come with me, please join us for lunch. Let's go home together. Number 3, share a request or comment prohibition. Example, please don't touch the baby. Go find a new girl. Close your eyes. Stop talking. The next, give instruction. Example, avoid contact with skin and eyes. In the case of eye contact, hold eye open and full with water. Call physic immediately.